Hello, everyone. On this episode, I'm going to talk about science and how you need to view science, in order to not get tricked. Science is a tool, and that's all science is. Science is a tool that can be used for good or for evil, and that's how you need to see science. It's nothing more than a tool. It can be used to help you and can be used to harm you. It can be used to teach you the truth. It can also be used to manipulate and and trick you. It can be used to manipulate you into hating your friends and family members. It can be used to manipulate you into harming others. You know, just like a knife. A knife can be used to cook food, right? Cut vegetables, cut meat, cook food, and eat. A knife can also be used to harm others. A gun can be used to save your life if, in case a bear attacks you in the wild. In case dangerous wolves are attacking you, you can use a gun to save your life, right? A gun can also be used to harm you. There are many cases of weapons being accidentally discharged by family members and ended up killing themselves. There are cases every year where children accidentally get hold of their parents' firearm and use it to kill themselves or their their friends or family, even their parents. And that's how the science is as well, and that's what you need to be careful of. Science can be used by anyone to trick you into doing anything they want you to do, simply by withholding information from you. There are many scientists. Growing up, right? I've been told in the past that the technology advances when the world is at war. And this is we can you can obviously tell this is just government propaganda. It's not true. It can be a fact. Society cannot advance when the world's at war because the scientists themselves cannot. If your mind is not at ease, if you're always fearing for your life, how can you advance society? How can you formulate new ideas on the battlefield? Have you seen wars? Have you seen a battlefield? Have you seen war movies? Do these soldiers look like they have time to be worrying about scientific principles? Do they look like they have time to be worrying about scientific principles when bullets are being shot at them? When bombs are being dropped directly on top of them? Does it make any logical sense that technology advances during war times? Obviously, it's government propaganda, or at least propaganda to make you, crave war more. But you have to be careful. It's a lie. It makes no logical sense because while your scientists are being, assassinated, what time do they have? During wartime is the most dangerous time when people, all the scientists, all the, all the important people, in society are too busy, fearing for their own lives to be warned by science. There's a reason why we haven't been able to conquer the moon yet, because people die. Wars are the cause of so many deaths. And because we're always at war, we don't have time, we don't have time to progress society. You create a massive research institute and, during war times, it gets destroyed. How can society advance when, all these bombs will destroy every single research institute you can possibly create? Enemy countries target scientists the most. They target important buildings. And many of these important buildings are research institutes. Scientists are the first to get assassinated. They are the ones, military scientists are the ones, that actively get hunted down by enemy countries. How can they advance society when they're actively being hunted down, when they're actively being killed? How can you advance society when you're dead? If you start to think about the propaganda we've been told as children, you start to realize that Many of it is just lies to trick you into being a warmonger. Many of it is just lies to trick you into giving the military more money just so that it can, advance more wars. When you actually start to think about it, your mind is incapable of thinking clearly when when you're afraid. During war times, the soldiers are afraid, the people are afraid, the scientists are afraid. And when you're afraid for your life, it's hard to think about science. When you're fearful for your life and you're looking for safety, it's hard to think about science, isn't it? While you're on the battlefield, do you really have time to be thinking about advanced science? You don't. But this is, examples of how science can be used to trick you. The other ways that science can be used to trick you is, by withholding information from you. Like I stated before in a previous episode, scientists withhold the fact that the world is around us is intelligent. This is a known fact. Scientists will never accept the worldview that the world around us is intelligent, even though intelligence itself is a basic property of the world around us. The basic trait of our world is intelligence itself. Otherwise, we won't be intelligent. Humans cannot be more intelligent than the world because humans are the world. Where does the source of our intelligence come from? It comes from the very world around us. That automatically proves that the world is intelligent. The traits of one is the traits of everything. But the traits of everything, may not be the traits of one. That's basic logic. If humans are intelligent, it automatically means the world is intelligent. Because humans can never be separated from the world. Humans are a product of the world. So if humans are intelligent, it means the world is intelligent. Because that's where our intelligence came from. And scientists which, have an atheistic view of the world in general, because they have an atheistic view of the world in general. Anything that goes, they always believe that this world is a world of random chance. Because they've already decided that this world is a world of random chance. Anytime evidence, shows that the world is intelligent, they try to downplay it. They try to ignore it. Even though you can be intelligent if the world isn't intelligent. It's just a fact. Intelligence is a basic trait of the world. Just like energy is a basic property of the world, intelligence is a basic property of the world. Otherwise, we won't be intelligent. But scientists always ignore that fact. Why? Because it doesn't fit their propaganda. Their propaganda is to tell you that God doesn't exist. Because their propaganda is to tell you that God doesn't exist. And this world is a world of random chance, a world of randomness. Anything that proves that this world is actually very structured, very controlled, and very controllable, they'll try to ignore it because it goes against their propaganda. It goes against their lies. And this is what you need to be careful of. Science can be used to delude you. Science can be used to manipulate you. Just hiding the fact that the world is intelligent is enough for you to start, going in the equal and opposite direction. It's enough for you to stop, questioning whether God exists or not. Just withholding that fact that the world is intelligent is enough for you to be an atheist. Yet the fact proves that, basic facts show that the world is intelligent. We're living in a world that's intelligent, inherently intelligent. And this intelligence is the one that's guiding the world. Things appear random because something intelligent can create randomness. Something intelligent can create something that's random. Humans can create a computer, right? And simulate randomness. It doesn't mean humans are unintelligent. Just because a human being creates a computer that behaves, in random ways, does not mean that a human being is not intelligent. Just because the world has some level of randomness in it does not mean the world is not intelligent. It's only random from our point of view. From the point of view of the person that created it, The very input, the very randomness has to be created for it to be random. It's only random from our point of view. From the point of view of the computer, every choice has to be chosen. Every random choice has to be chosen intelligently. That's how life works. There's no randomness in this world because the world is intelligent, because the world is God. God is the intelligent world around us. And there's a reason why we're here in this world. Do not let scientists delude you into thinking God does not exist. Because they'll keep, if you let them delude you, you will miss out on the truth. And the basic truth is you live in a world that is inherently intelligent. And that world is the one guiding guiding everything that we do. This intelligent world is the one controlling every single thing in this world, is the one making sure that everything works, is the one making sure that all the intelligent rules of nature work perfectly every time. That's how this world works. God is the one that created these rules, these laws of nature, and he created it within his body, his intelligent body. And God is the one governing every single rule and every single outcome. No matter whether it's, appears random or not, it only appears random from our point of view. From the point of view of God, there is no randomness. From the point of view of the world, there is no randomness because the world is intelligent enough to control randomness. The world was created for us to explore, and this is what you need to be careful of. Scientists lie, lie, and lie. Many people believe that the world of science is a world where everyone comes together to advance society. It's not. This is a world where, people fend for themselves. This is a world filled with wars. This is a world filled with people who are racist, bigots, mockers, insulters, scammers, fraudsters. There are too many bad people in this world. And many of them are scientists as well. There are too many liars in this world. And many of them are scientists as well. And this is what you need to be careful of. The world of science cannot function without money. Because of that, many of these scientists are money-hungry people. As long as you give them, the right amount of money, they'll withhold information from their scientific studies just to prove your fact, to be correct. They will manipulate you to believe certain things that aren't true. They will create fake studies just to make money. They will lie through their teeth just to make money. Many people care about money more than life itself. Many people, believe money is more important than everything. Many people, not just a small amount of people, many people. And this includes scientists as well. So you need to be careful, when in the world of science, you may think everyone has your best interest at heart, but they don't. Some people are racist and would never help advance society, but try to harm it instead because they hate your kind. They'll create fake studies that'll be created in a way to make you look bad. They will create scientific research that has been manufactured perfectly to make you look bad, to make certain people look bad, because they don't like your kind. They don't like your kind. They'll spend their time looking for ways to prove that your kind is horrible, regardless of what race you are. Science is a tool that can be used to harm others. It can also be a tool that can be used to help others. When an atheist, when the atheist scientist uses science, it uses science to prove that God doesn't exist. It will manipulate the facts to trick you into thinking that God doesn't exist by withholding valuable information from you, by tricking you into thinking this world is a mindless world. This world is an unintelligent world. That's what scientists, that's what an atheist would do if it has the power to do it. Trick you into thinking God does not exist. Why? Because in the moment you find out that God exists, he'll start to look like a fool in front of you. So in order not to look like a fool, in order to not get fired from his job, in order to not, lose, ruin his own reputation, in order to not get thrown into a jail cell, depending on the country he's in, he will do anything to bury the truth. And the truth is, this world is an intelligent world. This world is a world that's governed by an intelligence. Intelligence. You live in a massive intelligent being, and that being is God. You live inside the body of God. That's why God is omnipresent. God is everything, including you. And the world shows it. The world shows that we're inside one massive intelligent being. That being is what governs the world around us. That being is, that being created every single law in the world, every single scientific principle in the world. That massive being created everything we know. But scientists, every time facts show that, the world around us is intelligent, they will always remove the intelligence from the world. When basic logic proves that the world is intelligent. Because we can't be intelligent if the world isn't. We are properties of the world. We are products of the world. For us to be intelligent, it means the world that we're in has to be intelligent. We can't have a property that isn't part of the world. We just can't. The properties, in life is the property of the world around us. It's just how the world works. If humans have energy within them, it's because the world around us has energy within them. It's just a fact. If humans are intelligent, it means the world around us is intelligent. It's just a fact. But scientists will always ignore that basic fact. Why? Because it goes against the atheistic view of the world. It goes against the view of atheism. The view of atheism is to delude you into thinking this world is a world of random chance, a world of chaos, without realizing that chaos can be controlled by something intelligent. And God has infinite intelligence. God is beyond the words infinite and finite. God is far more intelligent than humans, infinite times more intelligent than humans. Creating the rules of this world is easy from God's point of view, but it's impossible from humans' point of view. Because it's impossible from humans' point of view, we think this world can be created. Because it's impossible from humans' point of view, we think this world isn't intelligent. Scientists believe this world isn't intelligent. This is why you have to be careful of science. It can be used to help you by teaching you the truth. It can also be used to manipulate you, tricking you into thinking that God doesn't exist. There's also an example that I remembered where, there's a study that showed that, children lied, and the whole scientific study ended up they ended up twisting it into thinking into saying that liars are the smarter, lie is being able to lie is a trait of intelligent people. When the truth is, anyone, if you're someone who's logical, you can easily tell it's a lie. You can easily tell that it's impossible for intelligent people to be liars. Why? Being a liar is how you get killed very easily. And intelligent people try to avoid death. You can be intelligent and be a liar. If you lie a lot, nobody will trust you. If people start seeing you as a spy, as a mole, as an untrustworthy person, you'll be kicked out of your group. No one will believe anything you say from then on. And it's very hard to keep up lies. It is very hard to keep up lies. One lie leads to you, trying to cover up that lie with another lie. Then you try to cover up that lie, the two lies with another lie. And, no one has, perfect memory. Sooner or later you'll slip up. And the moment you slip up, your entire world comes crashing down. An intelligent person knows when to withhold information from someone. An unintelligent person is one who knows how to lie. If you're a liar, it proves you're very short-sighted. It proves you're very short-sighted. Because if your friends or family know that you're a liar, they will never trust you ever again. And in some countries, you could lose your life just from lying alone. In many places in this world, lies will ruin your life. Scamming others will ruin your life. Tricking others will ruin your life. You could die. The traits that society hates shouldn't be something that makes you intelligent. The trait that the Bible hates isn't things that make you intelligent. Sins of the Bible are things that you shouldn't be doing. Why? Because they only harm you and nothing else. You don't have to tell the truth, but you shouldn't lie. It's not either you tell the truth or you lie. There's an in-between. You always have the right to remain silent. You always have the right to not tell the truth, but you shouldn't lie. It doesn't mean you should lie. You can always just tell someone, I don't want to tell you this answer. I'm not comfortable telling you this answer. I'm incapable of telling you this answer. There are many ways you can withhold information from someone. And an intelligent person knows when to withhold information and when to share information. An unintelligent person is the one who lies. Because the moment you start to lie, nobody will trust you ever again. It's just a fact. The moment everyone knows you're a liar, your life may be over. You will never be trusted again. Lies is not a trait of intelligent people, because intelligent people know the consequences of lies, and the risks are not worth the rewards. The risks are rarely ever worth the rewards, because once people find out you're a liar, it's all over for you. Your glass house could start falling down. Your house of cards starts to fall apart. Science can be used to help others. It can also be used to manipulate you. If you listen to someone who hates you, create fake studies to manipulate you into thinking you're worthless, like these IQ tests. These IQ tests and all these, many of these scientific things like IQ tests and all these things, you have to realize science is a profit-oriented world. Many of these scientists just want money. If they can create a fake IQ test, just so that, and delude you into thinking it's a real test. Do you know how much money they can make? Do you know how much money they can get from the government? You know how many grants they can get from the government? If they can trick the world into thinking this flawed view of intelligence is accurate, they can just sit on money. And that's all many people care about. Many people care only about making money. And many of them are scientists. And this is what you need to be careful of. Scientists love money too. And you can easily buy them with money. You can easily use them to trick others to make even more money. And you can also use them to harm people you don't like in this world. If people who don't like you, have a lot of money, they can hire a massive team of scientists to create fake scientific studies that'll make you look bad. That's how this world works. You have to be really careful with science because it's a tool that can be used to harm you. It's a tool that can be used to ostracize you. It can be a tool that can be used to kill your own people. That's what science is, a tool that can be used to kill you. If you think scientists are all kind folks who are there to help society advance, you're a liar. And you're very naive. Scientists are people too. It means they can be easily bribed. They can be easily corrupted. And they're all corrupt. Many of them are corrupt people who only care about making money. Many people only care about making money, and they'll do anything for money. And that's what you need to be careful of. This is why the world is filled with so much violence. This is why the world is filled with so many crimes, so many scams, so many tricks, so many frauds. It's because people only care about making money. They don't care about science. They only care about making money. They still have to feed their children. They still need money to feed their children. They still need money to help their family members. They still need money to support their family. These scientists still need money to support their family. As long as you give them the right amount of money, they'll do anything for it. They'll do anything you say, including selling out science itself, including using science to manipulate facts and trick you into thinking certain things are real when they aren't. They'll use science to trick you into thinking God doesn't exist when it does. And this is what you need to be careful of, because the scientific world has a lot of, is withholding a lot of information from you. And some of this information is key to understanding how the world works. If you're gullible enough to believe everything the scientist tells you, it's only a matter of time before they create a scientific study that was designed to attack people like you, that was designed to make people like you look bad. And you start to believe it, and you start to harm people like you. You start to allow them to kill people like you, just like Hitler did in Nazi Germany. Create fake studies to harm Jews. Create fake studies to harm a group of people and kill every single one of them. The world of science is a world where you have to be very careful. Scientists can use, science as a tool to harm you. And you need to be sure, that they're not currently using it to harm you right now. Because facts show that the world around us is intelligent. The world around you is intelligent. You're living inside the body of God. God is the one controlling this world and has always been controlling this world from the very beginning, because it's the creator of it. God created this world within his body, using his body, and the world around us shows it, because the world is intelligent, just like the Bible states. The Bible states that this world is being controlled by a larger intelligent being, and it is. That's why we're intelligent. We're intelligent because God is intelligent. God is the source of all things, including intelligence. So that's it for today's podcast episode. I pray for everyone's safety and understanding. Amen.